Welcome. Hi, I'm Rosanna Chermisky from Tours for the World, and we'll be talking today about social media. Last time we talked about social media was how to appeal to the right audience and choosing a destination. Today we're going to talk about the size of the group. What's the ideal size of the group that we're going to work with? We have to believe that most of the people that we are trying to reach through social media, we don't know that group of people. Since we don't know them, how we're gonna meet with them and how we're gonna work with them. If we can, and that would be the best idea, is to meet with them before the trip. So that's if you live close together, that's going to be wonderful, especially if you're going to do roommate together and see if the roommates can get along together, or that's going to be a wonderful scenario. If not, try to exchange them emails and try for them to communicate somehow so they can start to know each other in a certain way. Then what we're going to go next is to set some rules for this group. What's the best ground rules for the group? The first one, and doesn't need to be in the same order, but the first one would be punctuality. And punctuality is very good. This way you get the whole group committed to the certain rules. Especially when people are shopping and you're going to find people staying in the bus and the other ones still shopping. So if you talk about punctuality and you coordinate that with the tour guide, so let's say 15 minutes to go inside a store, 30 minutes, whatever you guys decide up front, and keep that up during the whole entire trip. Or the time that you start the trip at 8:30 a.m. doesn't mean 8:40 a.m. 8:30 a.m. means 8:30 a.m. And keep up on that punctuality. Then the other point is respect. Respect is very important, and respect is not talking about religion, race, or politics. And when I use that, I use a lot as a joke. I compare that with underwear. And I said, I don't want to know the color, the size, or even if you wear one. And the same about those subjects. And sometimes what you find is people, especially when they are intoxicated during the trip, that's the time that they feel a little loose, and then when they're going to talk about those subjects, and they can hurt each other's feeling. So go ahead, I didn't trademark that, go ahead, jump and just do that joke about the underwear and tell them that you don't want even to know if they are wearing. They tend to laugh about it, but be firm about that. Another important point, medication. People think that because they are on medication and vacation goes together, they're going to stop both of them. Well, that's not how it works. Remind people that if they are on medication, to continue doing medication, to continue and even bring a little extra. We never know if something can happen. And very important, bring on your carry-on, do not bring on your luggage, because your luggage can get lost, and then it's not going to be good if they're going to not have the medication. So bring your medication on your carry-on. It's very important ground rule. Another ground rule that's very important even to yourself, if you decide that you're going to be the tour leader, bring your own personality. Do not try to be someone else. Even if you think that you are shy and you want to be a cool person, don't try to be someone else. Be who you are. And let me tell you, I've been doing this for over 23 years, bringing travel agents to familiarization trips, women on women tours. I can guarantee you 100% of the time problems will happen and you're going to have to deal with them. And the beauty of it is that you're going to solve them. Sometimes you can even count on the tour guide with the experience that him or she will bring to the table. But they're going to happen. And I have so many stories of problems that happened that one day I'm going to write a book about it. And I said I will. One time I retired, I can write a book about all the situations that happen and all the things that happen in those situations of the group. So use that idea. Roommates. Sometimes during the roommate experience, they can get some inconvenience. And when that happens, sometimes just remember they are adults, so they just need someone to vent, and do not take side. Just listen to them and keep up with that. And that's all, and let them solve by themselves because they are adults after all. So now we're going to talk about what's the good size. You're going to ask me, what's the right size for this group? When you go to beautiful parties, let's say like a wedding event, have you noticed the size of the table? Usually it's for 10 to 14 people. And you know why? Because it's small enough that people can feel comfortable in that kind of environment, that people can be friendly with each other, and not big enough that they would feel lost on that group. So that's very important that we keep between 10 and 14 people. If you want to do a group that's a lot of people, that's going to be 30, 40 people, am I talking you out of it? No, not at all. Especially if you know those people, or if you feel very comfortable, or if you have a background on working with a lot of people, go ahead and bring them. Now what happens if you don't have a lot of people? If you are 2 or 3 people and you want to join a group? That's why we have our guaranteed departures. And we have those guaranteed departures with that purpose, with minimum of 2 and maximum of 14 people. So come and join our groups.